What's going on YouTube? Crypto Matrix here, coming at you with another cryptocurrency stream. Diving right into the price action today. A little bit of movement over the night, slightly up. Slightly up, we had a big wick up into the top Bollinger Band. The 20 EMA started to press through at around 1100 hours. And we had our high for the day so far of 9,735. Now the low for today was 9,526, and we had a wick down right at around midnight last night for that right there. And definitely looking for a little bit of action over the next few days. It definitely is wanting to make a move. Definitely wanting to make a move. Now we are above that channel. I said we would break out of that channel and stay above it, and here we are. So for the last couple days we've been above it and just remaining above this channel, kind of surfing between these two channels. Now this one is acting as a support now, and this now is a resistance, which we've had a resistance there for quite some time. And it's just going to take consistent, higher lows, which we're getting. But we have to continue to put in those kind of movements to continue the bull trend. And if we start to, say, break down below this yellow here, like the $9,100 level, we'll start to see maybe some lower times are bearish. But until then, I'm still bullish. It's still looking up to me. And I'm still bullish, just to keep it short. A little bit of a red day today, down about 1%. That being said, it was down over the night to 9,520s basically. So it is a little up from last night, but still showing down on the charts. Now, a little bit on the bullish scenario. What would it actually take to sustain $100,000 Bitcoin? Now, it would actually take about $90 million daily at a Bitcoin price to be 100,000. Now, what that means is at 100K per BTC, the market has to absorb a miner supply of 90 million USD daily, assuming that there are 10 million people worldwide buying BTC on a regular basis. It would cost them each $9 daily to sustain these price levels. And I've met people who spend more than $9 on coffee. So there's a lot of people who spend a lot more money than that daily. I myself definitely do. If you even live in New York and you have to ride a cab, you're spending that every which way you go. So it's definitely a possibility there. And the trader added that hodler is a term used to describe long-term Bitcoin holders have not sold throughout the past 3 all-time highs of BTC, noting data suggests otherwise. Though hodlers to the past all-time highs have not been selling in significant portion, 60% of BTC has not moved for more than 2 years. Even if that were to be true, the long-time supply of BTC will eventually equal the mining new supply. So in order for it to actually crash, there's going to have to be lower highs coming in, more volume to the downside, and the miners are going to have to really start to be selling more. They're actually hodling it looks like, especially the bigger ones. Now the littler players definitely have to sell to make do, but some people who don't have to do anything, or if they have a great system in place, like I've always dreamed of a renewable energy data center basically that would do cryptocurrency mining, and that would be like the ultimate business. Just hand over fist money. And for Bitcoin to hit 100,000, it would need to achieve a market capitalization of 2.1 trillion. That is around 25% of the market cap of gold. So that's why I actually think it's so possible. It's only 25% of the market cap of gold. In other words, perception of Bitcoin has an established store of value, has increased, and institutional retail futures and options market activity will have to reach new levels. So I do think there's a ways to go, but I do think it's possible. It's just a matter of time. And watch it happen in the next 2 years or 18 months. The stock to flow ratio definitely shows it happening. We all know we've been talking about this for days. I'm not going to go over it today, but we have a red dot there on the stock to flow ratio, and that means model. And that means, we're in a bull market technically. Every time it's done that, we've been in a massive bull market. So I think this is just the beginning of the bull market. It's a little slow at first, weeding out some people that weren't really, in it for the long haul or in it for the right reasons. Trying to make quick money. Sometimes that doesn't always happen, and you can get in too high and get stuck with it, basically. And just like what we talked about here, Bitcoin struggling to break 10,000, but is it bearish bias warranted? And I don't think so yet. Again, as long as we're putting in higher lows, we're going to be putting in higher highs, basically, and it's going to, keep moving upwards. And this has been going on since March. Now it's kind of, easy to say, yeah, it's been going up since March. March was basically tying all-time lows last year. So, but even in recent history, a sideways to upward motion or an ascending triangle looks like an ascending triangle, which usually do break to the upside. So I think we're still in a bullish pattern, and it's just a safe time in coin right now. Despite a lot of bearish sentiment and the fear, don't fall into the fear, guys. Fear is like the biggest player in this game. When it's low, your fear will drive you away from buys. When it's time to sell, your fear will drive you away from wanting higher gains. And it's just, you got to learn to conquer your own fears in this market, in this game, basically. Going back to the price action for today, what I think is going to happen is I think we're going to see a sideways motion and then a break to the upside again, testing the $9,800, $900 levels. And that's what's going to happen over the next day. That's the bullish scenario. If not, we will get a breakdown and a tightening, and then we're going to, like, an explosive movement is about to happen. So, like, you got to understand, guys, we could end up in these green or red zones very quickly. So be prepared for that kind of movement. If you guys are on exchanges, set your stop losses so you don't get wrecked. And you set that right below where your buy-in is, so that way you don't lose more than 5% for sure. You shouldn't lose more than 1% if possible. But yeah, that's really about it for today, guys. I wanted to keep it real short. It's a Saturday. I wanted to hang out with my family a bunch. I got to cut the lawn. And, be sure to subscribe and like, guys. I've been getting so much support and happiness, and I really am having a great time. So I thank you guys again. I think my videos had over 15 hours of watch time. So that's just awesome. That means my message is getting out there. And I can't wait for it to just be more and more. I see other YouTube channels with thousands of views and hundreds of likes and, per video. And that's my dream. So I hope I can get there. And you guys are going to be the ones that put me there. So thank you again in advance. Be sure to subscribe and like, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace.